All right, we're going to check out this Thompson 1927A-1 today by Auto Ordnance. So obviously this is a semi-automatic civilian version. It's a reproduction by Auto Ordnance. These are 20 round mags. It's got a 16-inch barrel. However, if you get the model that has this guy on the end here, it is 18 inches long. It's a compensator, keep recoil down. Not that 45 has a lot of recoil out of this guy anyways. And I gotta say, first impressions, I picked it up. I was not prepared for how insanely heavy this is. I'll try to put a stat up on the screen for you. But it's very, very heavy, and especially like all the weight is back here. So I know this is machine steel and all and whatnot, but it feels like it's even got like a freaking rod running through the butt there. It's very, very heavy and very rearward heavy. So not something I'd want to shoulder for a very long time. I'm not a huge buff on these. I actually don't really know anything about them whatsoever. So we're just kind of like an experience type video. Check it out, shoot it, see how it does. But it does have two different sight systems on it there, so you got a kind of crude rear notch there to go with the front blade there, but it also has like a flip up peep sight there for longer range, and you can see on the ramp there it's got different numbers, so you can set it higher or lower depending on the range you're trying to shoot. I'm just shooting Winchester white box 230 grain round nose, and I want to give a huge thanks to my buddy Brad there for bringing it out for the review today and for providing the ammo, which is a huge help. All right, first shot's here about 7 yards. I'm going to let you guys watch me struggle to load this thing, and we will go for the dot. Let's go for that top dot. See where she's hitting there. Then knock down a few steel with it real quick, and I'm going to take it down to the rifle range too. Shoot it at least 50 yards. Maybe we'll try 100. That was crazy, and because that's so heavy, 45 ACP out of a gun like this wouldn't have much recoil anyways, but combination of that, long barrel, the heavy weight, there's like, it seriously feels like shooting a 22. There's no freaking recoil. I was going for that dot there, so we're a little low right, at least using that sight. Whoa. Got you guys way too zoomed in. A little low right using that for me. We'll keep that in mind. Knock these down real quick, and then we'll take her down the rifle range and try out that flip up peep sight. Yeah, way too easy. We're definitely take it down in the rifle range there. It does have the mag release here, and then your safety there. Flips back and forth. All right, we're down on the rifle range now. See if we can stretch this thing out a little bit here. No clue where this needs to be set. This peep sight's adjustable up and down, so if we miss low, we'll bring her down low, or if we miss high, I said that opposite. Anyways, I'm getting tired out here. I've been sweating and dying in the sun all day. We got a 10-inch there at 100 yards we're going to take a crack at. Depending on how I do with that one, I got my 16-inch out there. Man, I don't know why this is wobbling like that. Sorry about that. 16-inch at 200 yards there, if we do good enough at 100. So I'm going to zoom in. We'll get some zoomed out, but I'm going to start you guys out zoomed in, so if we're not spotting them good enough. we can see where the heck they're going and adjust aim accordingly. And it's pay no attention to whether it looks left or right, because the camera's off to an angle, so it's not going to look straight on for you guys anyways. I'm just paying attention to whether it's high or low here. I saw that.
Right above it.
Is it just high?
Yeah, right above it.
Try one more, same aim point.
Low and right.
Yeah.
Right.
After this shot, I finally found where the sight needed to be and where to hold, and we started getting hits.
Whoa! That was the same aim point.
Except for that issue, not really sure why. It obviously does not like that ammunition. We're having some really extreme flyers there, mostly with the up and down variants, but there's some left and right variants as well.
All right. Well, just like down at the pistol bay, it's shooting off to the right for me. But the accuracy with that Winchester white box, not the greatest either. Let's see if we can get something zoomed out here. Because a lot of those, I had the exact same aim point, and they were hitting completely different spots instead of the steel like it should have been.
In hindsight, it could be due to the fact that I'm actually, because this gun doesn't really have a stock on it there, that could be due to the fact that I'm leaning the barrel on that shooting bag there. So I would say that's at least contributing to the issue. I've seen some guns really not like some types of ammo and have massive groups down there, but that is a little excessive compared to what I've seen in my experience. So I'm guessing a lot of that is due to the fact that we're resting the barrel on the shooting bag there. However, as you can see, with that long forward grip there, it's kind of impossible to rest that up on the bag, so I was doing it the only way I was really capable of doing it without having a better setup.
All right. Let's try out there at 200. We're going to start it zoomed in again. And I'm going to have to raise that elevation ramp like crazy. 45 is going to drop like a freaking rock out here. Plus, especially with 230 grain ball, you don't really gain any velocity from the longer barrel. So it's going to sink real quick. Going to raise that up quite a bit and see where we're at.
Again, in hindsight, with the issue I was causing, it's pretty futile to try to make these 200-yard shots, but we did get some hits, so I'll go ahead and throw in some of those for you guys here real quick.
Just to the right side of it. Just edged it. High. Right. Got it. A little high. Still high. Right.
Yeah, same thing. accuracy with those is kind of all over the place out there. So I'm getting lucky on a few and it hits, and then sometimes they go high, sometimes they go low, sometimes one of them goes 8 inches further right than the previous.
Again, in hindsight, while editing this video, I realized what I caused by leaning that barrel on that bag there, so that is why.
All right, quitting while I'm ahead. That's 3 in a row at 200 yards. And that trigger is not doing me any favors. You know, it's old school. It's very long and heavy. I'm going to keep it pointed in a safe direction here to show you. Take one shot. There's your take up. But it's super heavy, like probably 10 pounds or so. Long pull before it finally goes off. So that's making it a little difficult too. So pulling through. So a lot of travel there before she goes. Not the most ideal trigger for target shooting like that long range. Well, there you go, guys. That'll pretty much do it for this one. Like I said, not so much of a real in-depth review, anything like that. Just kind of experiencing it for the first time. Pretty fun, pretty capable. Clear out there at 200 yards. Like I said, better ammo. Bet I could hit it every single shot. I know they're not made for that, but cool that you can shoot at 200 yards accurately with iron sights, huh?
And again, for the last time in hindsight, I bet with good ammo and not resting it on the barrel, that peep sight still had plenty of room to go. You could probably get 300-yard hits with this thing.
So again, with these being reproductions, you know, they're ideally based off of the old school model. So like I said earlier in the video, extremely heavy, especially towards the back. So it's not something you hold up very long, although that would be extremely it would be extremely convenient if it was the original, you know what I'm saying, not single shot, because the recoil on this thing, 45 ACP, is nothing. And the trigger, like I said, long heavy pull on that. But again, if it wasn't a semi-auto, then that's probably what you'd want to go with. You don't want that thing going off on accident. So yeah, pretty cool. And I never knew that they had little peep sights like that either. That's pretty cool. So again, big thanks to my buddy Brad for bringing this out for me to review today, and especially the ammo. Really appreciate it. If you guys are looking to get yourself anything you see me using any of my videos, like earmuffs, safety glasses, rangefinder, target stand, I use paper targets, way more. Links in the description for all that. And for things I cannot link to, check out my campsite page. It's linked in the video description as well. But thanks for stopping by and checking this one out today, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you on the next one.
I help if I charge it. That was cool.